Thank you very much, Madam Vice President. It is an honor for me to present my second report before this Council. It analyzes how current trends, like the recent United States tariffs and resurgent territorial ambitions, collide with permanent structural drivers of inequality to deepen the North-South divide. Moreover, blatant violations of international legality, like the recent sanctions against the Special Rapporteur on Palestine by the US government, represent a direct attack on the integrity of the UN human rights system, and especially the special procedures. In the report, I outline several intersecting drivers of conflicts, shifts in global power relations, the resurgence of trade wars, climate change, unsustainable debt burdens, and persistent digital and knowledge divides. I wish to underline that structural inequities remain deeply embedded in the global economic order as a legacy both of colonialism and power imbalances like those embedded in the international financial governance. Developing countries are constrained by unequal market access and limited participation in decision-making. The global order is undergoing a complex transition. Rather than reverting to bipolarity, current trends point towards fluid, multi-layered partnerships among states and regions, aptly described by the new term of multi-alignment, as it's coined by the Indian diplomacy. This environment offers space for a more balanced international order, but also carries risks of fragmentation. In this increasingly multipolar world, I see opportunities to revitalize multilateralism, provided that we keep alive and further democratize the United Nations ecosystem. Innovative proposals, like, for instance, the recent Chinese Global Governance Initiative, serve this goal to the extent that, in the words of Secretary General, are answered in multilateralism and underscore the importance of safeguarding the international system, with the United Nations at its core and the international order underpinned by international law. A strategically autonomous European policy, applying the same standards of human rights respect in all situations, would also strengthen multilateralism. In the same direction go schemes of cooperation among countries of the Global South, regional and interregional initiatives, South-North initiatives like the recent proposal by Brazil and Spain for a more effective global taxation of the super-rich. Yet, I am concerned that without systemic reforms at the level of the national governance, these developments alone will not resolve structural imbalances. I have therefore put forward several recommendations aimed at strengthening multilateralism, ensuring fairer economic governance, and embedding redistribution and sustainability into policy frameworks. I'm not going to enumerate analytically these proposals due to the limitation of time. I would like to highlight, however, that effective multilateralism requires the engagement of not only states, but also non-state actors, civil society, and local communities. Madam Vice President, I am also pleased to share insights from my country visit to Ireland last May. I commend Iceland for its strong human rights record and its global leadership in gender equality, sustainability, human development. I recognize Iceland as a model for advancing democratic values and human rights, progressive governance, demonstrating how even a small nation can have a global impact. At the same time, I remain concerned about some issues that still require attention. For instance, the National Action Plan to combat hate speech is not yet adopted. I further urge authorities to intensify efforts to combat gender-based violence, ensure equal access to justice and services for migrants, and strengthen safeguards for persons with disabilities and those facing involuntary psychiatric treatment. I strongly believe that Iceland is well positioned to lead by example, and I call for continued determination to close the remaining protection gaps so that all individuals enjoy full dignity, justice, and safety. In conclusion, I wish to emphasize that the persistence of the North-South divide is neither inevitable nor insurmountable. It reflects power relations that can be and should be changed. I believe we can build an international order that serves the common good and upholds the rights and dignity of all peoples. I look forward to continuing constructive dialogue with member states and stakeholders. Thank you, Madam Vice President.